Hello everybody, Board Game Man back again with another episode coming your way right now. Today, we're going to look at a card game from 2017 by Gamewright Games. It is from ages 8 and up, and it's 2 to 6 players. It is called Go Nuts for Donuts. Now in this game, it's a card collection game, and getting the donuts are a little different, but the scoring is just like Sushi Go in a way, where you're trying to collect a series of donuts to get you a certain amount of points. But in this game, there is certain donuts in the game that will give you negative points, but there's something that can help you out in your game as well, such as taking a donut from another player, or taking a donut from the top of the discard pile, or blindly taking one off the top of the draw pile. So it's a really cool, fun little game. And what you're doing is all players try to choose which donut they want. And if 2 or more people choose the same donut, neither of you get the donut. But if you're the only person that wants that donut, you get to take that one. And all the ones that are not chosen stay in the row. Because what you do is you're going to put one more donut out there than the number of players. So if there's 3 players, you can have 4 different donuts to choose from. So if someone picks the same donut, then neither player gets it. So that is a lot of fun. And the play keeps going on until all the cards are taken. As soon as all the cards are gone through, then whoever has the most points wins the game. So let's head on over to the gamers table, and I will show you how to play Go Nuts for Donuts. Okay, here we go with the Go Nuts for Donuts by Gamewright. Let's go ahead and open up the box, and I'll show you what's inside. First and foremost is the instruction booklet. They did this really nice, actually. There's a lot of photos in here. Shows you how many players, how many cards you put out, and so on. This has a donut guide, so it shows you each and every donut, what it does. And they are categorized by how many players you have in the game. So they're designated by the dots that are on the cards, which I'll show you in a moment. So these are all like the 2-player. And then you'll see all the ones that have 3 dots, 4 dots, 5, and then 6. Okay, and obviously the 6 donuts are a lot more, taking this from this player and discarding this many cards and so on. So it gets a little tougher the more players you have and the more variety of donuts you have in the game, which is really, really cool. So let me go ahead and go after that. Let me go ahead and show you the components, and I'll show you the setup, and then I'll show you how to play the game. Here are the donut cards, and you can see you have all sorts of different donuts in here. And like I said, they're designated by the dots that are shown. So like this one here is a 2-player on-up card that you would use. So you pretty much use all the 2-player cards because the minimum you can have is 2 players. For instance, this one is sprinkled. You can see they have 3 dots on there. So this is 3 players or more. Okay, so I think you kind of catch the drift here. You'll see they got Boston Cream. We got Old Fashioned, which is one of my favorite donuts, but I like them chocolate though. And you can see on this one, there's 4 dots. So any player, 4 players on up, you would use these cards. So whatever amount of players you have to make sure you take out, like I'm going to show you a 3-player game. Obviously, I'm going to take out all the dots that have 4, 5, and 6. And you only use the ones that are 3 and lower. Okay. So those are the donut cards. Then you have these markers, and what you're going to do is this is where you place the donuts down on the ground, and this are on the row. So for instance, in this game, we're going to have a 3-player game, so you're going to put one more donut out there, then you have players. So for instance, in this game, we're going to have 4 of them to choose from. So what you do is you put these out here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These little sprinkle cards are the cards that you give each player. You can see they have 5, 6, and they have numbers on the back from 1 to 7, depending on how many players you have. Okay. So what you're going to do with these cards is each player is going to get, in this game, would be 1 through 4. This is the card that you use to choose which donut you want. So each player is going to get a set of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And these are going to be, like I said, the cards. If you see, like, you want donut number 2, you're going to place 2 down. If you want donut number 1, you're going to place 1 down, and so on. That's how you do it. So each player in this game will receive 4 donut cards, 1 through 4. Okay. So I'll be all 3 players. I'll put them right in front of me here. Let's go ahead and put this a little bit over to the side here. That way I can put the cards here. And that's pretty much all the components of the game. So that's it. You got the donut cards. You got your, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what they call these, but these are the ones that you choose which donuts you want. And here are the markers that you put the donuts underneath. And then you choose which number donut you want. Let's go ahead and put this aside. We have a little more room here. And let's go ahead and show you how we do this. So what you're going to do is from the draw pile, you're going to go ahead and place, oh, I got to go through the cards real quick and take out any dots 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so I've taken the liberty of taking out all the cards that have the 4, 5, or 6 dots because we have a 3-player game. And now we're ready to go ahead and take out 4 cards. We're going to draw, this is for number 1, this is for number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4. So now each player is going to look and see which one of these donuts I want. So let me go ahead and go over what these do. You have the powdered donut here. If you choose the powdered donut, you get straight up 3 points. That's all it is. Piece of cake, right? The donut holes, this is what reminds you kind of like Sushi Go, where it depends how many of these you have. If you have 1, you get 1 point. You get 2, you get 3 points, 3 and 6 points, and so on. So that's how that works. Same with the jelly-filled donuts. Score for the set. So if you have 1 of them, you only get 0 points. But if you have 2, you have 5. You get 3, you have 5. 4, you have 10. 5, you have 10. So you get them by the pair, okay? Or the set, I'm sorry. So that's pretty cool how they do that. That's very interesting. And then you have the eclair. The eclair in this one is take the top card from the discard pile. So that's pretty cool too. And right now we don't have a discard pile, so you probably don't want to choose this the very first round because you're just wasting it. So all the players probably know that, and they're probably going to think about that when they're doing their first round choices. So now what you're going to do is every player, simultaneously, obviously, but of course I can't do that doing this, but everyone's going to choose which donut they want to go for. So let's say player 1, at the same time as the other ones, but I can't do that. Player 1 wants donut number 1. Let's say player 2 wants donut number 3. And let's just say player number 3 also wants 1. So say they did that. Boom, boom, boom. They put all 3 of these down. Obviously, player 1 and 3 went after the same donut. So unfortunately, neither one of them get that donut. So these ones we return back to the players. This will go to the discard pile, which we'll put right here. Okay? And then player 2 will get donut number 3. They get this one, the jelly-filled donut, and they get to put it right in front of them. So this is player, I guess we'll play player 2, I guess we'll put right here in the meantime. They get to keep this, and 3 goes back into their stack. Now what we do is we put out, replenish the cards. So now we have another donut hole, and we have a Boston cream out here. This is also a score from the set, but as you can see, it's kind of tricky. It goes from 0, 6, 0, 15, 0, 25. So obviously you don't want an odd number of these Boston creams because you will get 0 points. So that's pretty cool how they do that. And you see it has 3 dots on here, so you have 3 players or less on this one. And once again, all 3 players are going to choose which donut they want. So let's say player 1 goes, I want donut number 1, and let's say player 2 wants 2, and then we'll say this player number 3, wants 3. Well, there you go. That's perfect. All players were going to get their donuts that they want. So player 1 will get Boston cream. They're going to put that in their stack. Put this back in there. Player 2 is going to get the donut holes. So they're going to get with the jelly filled over here. And then player 3 is going to get number 3 donut, which is the donut holes as well. So they're going to go ahead and place that in front of them. And you do place all the cards face up. So everybody knows what you're trying to get, just like in Sushi Go. Everyone knows what sushis you have. I don't keep bringing up Sushi Go, but it's very similar. It's very similar to the scoring. This part's not the same as Sushi Go, but it's kind of the same. You're all kind of going after the cards, but you're passing them from player to player. In this game, you don't. They're right straight here, and you just flat out choose. And then you go ahead and replenish the deck here. Ooh, got more jelly fills out there, and another Boston cream. So I know that definitely player 2 is going to have their eye on these jelly-filled ones because they have 1 already, but they only have 0 points for it, so they're probably going to want a second one. So this is where you can be like, okay, I don't want that player to get it, or you just want to play offensively. So, again, it's just like Sushi Go, Okay, so let's say, so I think you kind of get the gist of how this works. Player 1 will choose, actually he'd go for the Boston cream because he already has one here already. But sometimes you might know what that player is going for, but then again, it's too early in the game. You really don't want to play defensively yet. It's all up to you how you want to play it. And let's just say, player 2 definitely wants a jelly filled. And then player 3 let's just say player 3, wants to go for that powdered donut. So maybe he wants to do number 4. Okay, so that's how that works. So then player 1's will get everyone picked a different donut. So let's say player 1 will get that second number 2 donut to get that jelly filled. Player 2. Oh, how did I do that? Why did I get 4 cards out there? I don't know what I did there. But anyhow, so that will go here. Okay, I think I did a boo-boo somewhere. And then player 2 would get donut number 1 to get another jelly filled. So now they have 5 points. Okay. And then this here. And then player 3 went after number 4. So number 4 is the eclair. He's going to go ahead and take the top card from the discard pile. Okay. This is one that gets discarded after you use it, and he gets the 3 points for the powdered donut. Okay. And then you do the same thing. Go ahead and replenish. Just like so. And then you do it again. And you keep doing this over and over until all the donuts have been eaten, I guess you would say, or taken. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and total up all the points. And whoever has the most points after this deck is diminished wins the game. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. This game is on, I don't know if you go on BGA, BoardGameArena.com, but they do have it on there. It just recently came on there. So I've played it a few times on there, and I absolutely love it. It is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend playing it. If you don't have the game, and after seeing this, you decide, oh, you know what, I want to go get this, you can find this pretty cheap. I think I found this at a thrift store, actually. I think I found it for maybe a couple bucks. So you can definitely find them either in the thrift store, or you could probably find it on eBay, and you could probably find it elsewhere for pretty cheap. It's not an expensive game, so it's a lot of fun. So, all right, well, everybody, well, thank you once again for watching. Go nuts for donuts.